Former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amaechi says that he will not be supporting either Governor Siminalayi Fubara or Nyesom Wike. Amaechi made the statement during a visit to a leader of the All Progressive Congress, Honorable Okorinama West, at his private residence in Port Harcourt on Friday. The former Minister of Transportation attributed Governor Fubara's popularity to the public backlash against the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike. He also commented on the political dynamics in the state, suggesting that some politicians who were his supporters were switching allegiances due to personal interest. Amaechi further encouraged young supporters to take an active role in shaping the state's leadership. In his words, he said, "I can't stand and join either Sim or Wike. I will not join Sim. I will not join Wike. But don't forget, they are not big without you people. I hope you know that." He added, what Sim thinks his popularity today is because he is anti-Wike. That's his popularity, not that Sim is the best man on earth. Now, Mr. Zoe, what is your take on the stance of Amaechi? If you recall, on this show, you have also called out the Rivers State elders, and you have also questioned some of their activities in either helping or hindering the polity and the way it is heated in Rivers State. What is your reaction to this?
Well, former Governor Wike, former Governor Rotimi Amaechi is one person.
You love the FCT.
Of course I do.
Very clearly.
Yes, Amaechi is one person that I've written his name in the hearts of Rivers people during his tenure. He has his shortcoming, but he actually touched, the hearts, the lives of Rivers people through governance. It was during a Amaechi period in the last 25 years that Rivers people, especially in the rural area, actually felt governance in terms of health, where health facilities were, available for people in the rural area. They don't need to travel all the way to Port Harcourt to access the bigger hospitals. In terms of education, where our educational facilities were upgraded to almost a reasonable standard, I won't say international standard, almost a reasonable standard, where teachers and students were very happy. It was a period where employment, it was during his tenure, that employment actually was employment without any ethnic bias. People were employed on merit and competence. So we give him credit on all of this, okay? Now, having said that, I picked three things in his statement. Number one, I'm happy that he's encouraging the youths. Number two, he said he's not supporting Wike, he's not supporting Fubara. So where is he rather, okay? Where is he in the Rivers State political landscape? I will advise him that there is the Rivers Emancipation Movement platform. He can take that space to contribute to Rivers development. However, considering his position, okay, as a stakeholder, as a former governor, it is for me a little bit shortcoming of his person to say that he will not, because here I think he's looking at the individuals, and probably he still have grudges from the outcome of the past election. That is what his statement tried to portray. But he should go beyond looking at the individuals. He should be concerned as a stakeholder, just like what the former governor, Dr. Peter Dela, have done. Come out openly. Okay, not necessarily supporting Sim Fubara as a person, but for the sake of governance in Rivers State, for this fact that you have Rivers people at heart, you should come out and give your voice and support the governor. Support the government, and then also look for a way to mediate, to bring about peace. That is what I think the former governor should do, rather than to come out to public and tell us he's not supporting Fubara, he's not supporting Wike. I don't think that's the statement that should come from former governor Rotimi Amaechi.
What you said, what you would have preferred him to do is to come out and clearly say he's supporting the government.
Yes, yes, support the government.
By extension, supporting Sim. And by extension and implication, taking a side.
He has been a former governor, so he knows what it takes to be a governor. So knowing the challenges of government, he should be able to, for the interest of Rivers people.
When you say
for the interest of Rivers people.
When you say that for the interest of governance and for the interest of Rivers people, he shouldn't take side. Didn't the governor come out, the ex-governor Amaechi, didn't he clearly advise the youth in his statement? Didn't he advise them on what to do, on how to carry themselves?
Yes, I mentioned that.
He clearly said he's not going to take sides. But you, on the other hand, is saying that his statement, what you would have rather have him say is that he's supporting the government. Now, if he's supporting the government, what it means is he's supporting Sim. And by implication, he's taking sides. That's what it means.
Now, when I say supporting the government, I didn't say he should come out, maybe join the Simplify movement. No, he can provide direction, having an experience. In fact, Amaechi has a good experience because he faced political crisis. So, for the interest of peace and Rivers people, he should be able to come out and say the governor should take, okay, you take this part or you do this for the sake of peace. He can mediate. That is also part of supporting the government.
So far, the elders in Rivers State, how have they mediated?
That is another ball game altogether.
No.
We are talking about the former governor now.
Hold on. There are elders already in Rivers State.
Yes.
Who clearly have done their own part by taking a side.
Yes.
By supporting the government on ground.
You know, the elders are divided.
Supporting the government on ground, even as far as litigation. Has it brought peace to Rivers State?
Not really,
but in fact, a certain elder has been writing letters upon letters, calling on the federal government and calling on relevant institutions. Has it brought peace to Rivers State? So when you are saying that Governor Amaechi, in the interests of Rivers State, should take a side, I begin to question. Anyway, you have also said on this show clearly that you are on the side of the government. Now, if you're clearly on the side of the government, it means that anything that appears to be a critique, you kick against it. And in situations where people like the ex-governor is coming out to be neutral, you're not satisfied with it, you would rather he takes side. And I asked the people who have taken sides so far, have they brought peace to Rivers State? But then, let's have your...
Can I?
Let him have a say, then you can...
Chioma, I think for the former governor, Rotimi Amaechi, we've expected him to speak before now. And anytime a man wakes up, it's his morning. And he has clearly, come back to know that he's a member of Rivers State. He's a citizen. And again, for him to not to take sides, it is his own personal decision. Nobody will force him to take side. And don't forget, for him to be neutral in this case, you don't blame him because Fubara is coming from the loins of Wike. And you can also agree with me that the problem between between Wike and Amaechi is a political misunderstanding that have not been settled. Rather than settle it, you see the people like Tony Okocha has moved, quickly left Amaechi and moved to Wike now, and moved to APC. But that APC was APC that Wike engineered through the instrumentalities of Amaechi, through the instrumentality of Amaechi, Tony Okocha was able to attend the meetings that accumulated into the formation of APC. It was Amaechi that took the lead in moving the new PDP to form APC. So if he decides to decline his support for either of them, it is within his right, because if he supports Fubara, he is invariably spiting on Wike, escalating their political differences. And if he also aligns with Wike, he is invariably supporting Sim because Wike is the Oga of Siminalayi Fubara. So it's between, he find out that making a decision will be standing between the devil and the deep blue sea. So he rather stays on his own. So for me, I think I applaud him for his stance and for his advice to the youth, because in between these crises, the youth are always the casualties. So if the youth will learn a lesson, knowing that without them, crisis will not continue to snowball, then this crisis will be, we will soon come to an end, and peace will return in Rivers State clearly. All
right. You wanted to say something?
Yes, I want to clear this thing. When I say I'm for the government, it's not necessarily for the individuals. For the interest, I said from the beginning, for the interests of Rivers people, we will support any government that comes into power. Okay? That being said, I agree with my colleague here when he said it is totally the right of former Governor Amaechi.
I am glad you people are agreeing on something.
Yes, yes, we have agreed on a lot of things. So it is Amaechi's right to stay neutral. But, you know, these are times we know men. This is in times of crisis we know men, when they stand up to say, yes, take a stand. So for former Governor Amaechi, because of his position, because of his experience, and as a stakeholder in Rivers State, staying neutral at this point in time is not the best for the interests of Rivers State. He has a lot he can contribute. Even with among the elders, he can go ahead as a former governor. He has a lot of influence to reach out to the governor and say, look, for I need my state to be at peace, and for there to be peace, this is my advice. And if the governor does not take his advice, that's a different ball game. But he shouldn't stay neutral as far as the peace and progress of Rivers State is concerned. If he truly loves Rivers State.
Former Governor Rotimi Amaechi has clearly understood this. I take a man, they say that one of my former rector, very Reverend Father Livinus Onyebuchi, said that the hallmark of a genius is a man who knows everything but in beat. That's the hallmark of a genius. So he has clearly, do you know that Amaechi has clearly understood that he has been politically orphaned? That's the truth. Good. Rotimi Amaechi is, of all the governors that have ruled Rivers State, he's the one that has been politically orphaned. All the people that were aligning with him, look at the Tony Okochas of this world, look at the Magnus Abes of this world, where are they now? So he has found out that his voice has clearly diminished in Rivers State. And to maintain the status quo, to bring out, if he can draw a little dignity onto himself, is to remain neutral, maintain docility in this particular space. Because in the face of this crisis, whom are you going to support? Are you supporting Fubara, who is the son of Amaechi, your political enemy, or are you going to support Sem Fubara? Then, remember that clearly, if Amaechi would have come to the rescue of Sem, when Odili aligned with Sem said that you are one man, but when you stand is million. That means if Amaechi now joins, immediately Amaechi joins him now, Fubara will be saying that the two people I have here, when they come out, they are now 3 million people standing with me. So he don't want to find himself in that political jargon and that political brouhaha that will happen between us. So in order for Amaechi to reposition himself and know that those who are his real supporters, it's better he remain neutral and speak to the conscience of the youth. And I will also advise him, as he has gotten his law certificate, to go into litigation of emancipating downtrodden Nigerians that are with his position. Let him go for free legal consultations and begin to, see if he can.
The ex-governor to become an activist.
Yes,
an
activist with his law position, so that from there he could begin to, garner grassroots support, and people will see what we hold him. See, you talked about his impact when he governed. See, Nigerians are the people that they praise you when they have something in their mouth. As soon as they swallow it and none is in their hand to chew again, they have forgotten you. Did you hear 2 weeks ago that the former governor of Ebonyi State, now the Minister of Works, David Umahi said that even those he helped in winning election, this just past election, and those he made, and those he contributed to the uplift of their life and status in society, don't even call him on phone. Once you are out of power, you're political. When people say you are not relevant for their well-being and you can't contribute anything to them again, you have become political orphan. And that is where clearly the former governor, Rotimi Amaechi, has found himself, and he has accepted it.
When you talk about that, aren't there ex-governors that do not, you would say, probably would be in the same position as the former Minister of Transport? And they clearly in River State's crisis, they have a side that they are on. They are not neutral about it. So when you say he's just like...
Amaechi is contempted. No, Amaechi is contempted. When a man, what disgraces a man is when you have appetite. When you have an appetite, those who are following the present governor are bad wagon. Where have they been? I tell you that those people cannot win a councillorship election in their local governments as of today. So what are they coming to add to Siminalayi Fubara? 2027 we say, and clearly what we know is that those that are supporting the government in power now is for pecuniary benefit.
All right.
And that is where we live. And this particular Amaechi now is contented with what he has achieved.
Okay. Mr. Zoe, very quickly.
I maintain the position that for the interests of Rivers people, for the interests of peace and progress of our dear states, nobody should remain neutral. And the former governor, Rotimi Amaechi, has a major role to play. He should be able to reach out.
All right.
And Choma, finally, you know that Mr. Zoe is talking about interest. This interest is an interest of winner takes it all. And Mr. Rotimi Amaechi don't want to find himself in that space.
Let the Rivers people take it all.
Actually, gentlemen, I thought that you agreed on something, and now we are ending this show, and you people are taking steps.
No, clearly, he cannot bring himself into these murky waters of crisis.
He has always been there.
Your opinions are very much respected. Thank you so much, Mr. Zoe, for coming on Open Air. It's always a pleasure having you around, and thank you so much, Ms. Tiffany.